Well, good morning from my hometown, Anaheim, California, where I was born and raised. We're back just a little ways up the street from Disneyland, heading into the Anaheim Convention Center because the 2025 NAMM Show is underway. Now, NAMM, N-A-M-M, is the National Association of Music Merchants. So what the NAMM Show is a giant industry-level convention for music, musical instruments, musical software, musical technology. Some musicians are here as well, both performing, window shopping, and here to promote signature models and collaborations with companies, stuff like that. It used to be one of the toughest tickets in town to get. It's been at the Anaheim Convention Center for many, many years, and it's supposed to be industry only. So that means all the buyers are here, the guys that purchase stuff for old school music stores like Guitar Center and places like that, online music stores and music merchants. You'll literally have things like churches, the churches that have, multiple locations coming here to buy sound systems in bulk or look at them. A lot of people window shopping for different technology, venues and speakers and all kinds of stuff. Mostly musical instruments though. Like I said, theoretically all merchandisers, right? National Association of Music Merchandisers, all industry people, buyers, purchasers, people displaying their wares and stuff. It was supposed to be industry only, but it seems like for the last 10, 20 years, more and more consumers, aka musicians, have made their way into the party. And I used to come down here and see people I know all the time from back in my years playing in a touring band. Now when I see friends down here, instead of them being in punk rock bands, they're working for one of these companies. It's very weird. The industry keeps changing. All my friends are growing up, but we're back at the 2025 NAMM Show. This time we are the guests of my friend Luke from Whittlesticks, who we just visited a couple episodes ago. He's a violin and guitar maker and luthier, and anything with strings, he can repair it at his shop in Cedar City, Utah. He invited us to the NAMM Show. I got my badge. I'm ready to rock. Now, when I was in a band, I was the guitar player and singer. So that's what I play. I play guitar. And so when I come here, I'm very interested in looking at various guitars, and we are going to see a lot of them. As much as I still like to play with my guitars at home, I'm actually not here for me. We're actually here for my dad, who is not only still a better guitar player than me, even though he mostly stopped playing around the time I was born 40 years ago. But in the last couple of years, he started to make custom guitars. And if that's the kind of thing you're into, there is no better place on the planet to come for inspiration than NAMM. There's every kind of guitar manufacturer, amp maker, drum manufacturer, cymbal company, guitar strings, straps, everything you can imagine is here. And not just guitars, drums, and rock and roll instruments. You've got saxophones and pianos. Everything is at NAMM. Look at right here, you've got Ovation guitars, which includes Applause, and I think Adams. There's some Ovations right there. Those are the ones with those plastic rounded backs. I could never stand wearing them. Black Star Amps is over there. Korg keyboards. Everybody is here. Look at this. Just look at this one booth, for example. Look at all those freaking guitar straps. Got everything from your stud belt style strap to your floral strap. Even Michael freaking Myers right here. And then speaking of my dad and guitars, look at this. Silvertone has been resurrected. That used to be the old discount brand of guitar, something you would buy at Sears or from JCPenney back in the 1960s. This was sort of that thrift shop, pawn shop guitar you could get for 50 bucks all the way up probably into the early 2000s. They were really considered junk guitars by most people, but they are back because the nostalgia is so strong, and the vintage market has gotten so pricey and so expensive that even vintage Silvertones are making a comeback. I gotta say, there's some great style in those old mid-century guitars no one cares about. My dad's first guitar ever was a Silvertone, which he doesn't have anymore, and I've been trying to find an exact replica of it to buy him for years. Never found one. Never found the perfect one. I love seeing all the different guitars and basses, especially like sort of the off-brand or the lesser-known brands. Like I've never heard of this right here, Sure Gold. Never heard of a Sure Gold guitar. And they could either be like very quality instruments that are just from a smaller company that doesn't sell as many guitars as say a Fender or a Gibson or something like that, or they could be Chinese junk, as in really cheap stuff that's made in China, that's sort of your generic music store type of guitar. There's a lot of that stuff here. I kind of like looking at that stuff actually. And as we walk around, there's also lots of musical performances from bands you've never heard of, all the way up to people like Stevie Wonder, who I saw last year. Yes, I saw him, but he didn't see me. LOL, yeah. Oh, look at Vox amps over here. I always wanted to buy myself a nice little Vox cabinet, little combo amp right there, Beatles style. Never managed to do it though. Don't have a lot of space or time for music these days. Just something about that Vox aesthetic that I've always liked. Plus, I love the Beatles. Speaking of the Beatles, my friend out in the woos in London right now going to Beatles spots. Side note, I didn't know they made Vox guitars, so that's new to me. I haven't been to London since 2006. I was running around looking up Clash and Sex Pistols locations, although I did go to Abbey Road. I was pretty jealous of that video though. See, just something about that style. Yes. I was wondering why it was so dark in here. It's because I had these on. Look at this, is what I was talking about. You got some Nilling violins and cellos and such like. You got some Blessing brass instruments over here. You got some cornets, some trombones, some French horns. Look at this, we got some flutes. My brother played the flute for a while, then he switched to drumline. I had a similar situation where I played the clarinet. I've always wanted to get another clarinet, never managed to, and then I switched to the trumpet, so I thought it was more manly in school. Now I wish I had kept my clarinet though. Then I got my electric guitar and I quit the marching band to go out and be a rebel, live in a van on a pirate ship for years. That was a wise decision. Ooh, Celestion. They make the best speakers. I think most people would say the best speakers that you can put in your speaker cabinets for your guitar amp. It's a speaker company. Look at the size of that subwoofer. I basically only penetrated the first row into NAMM. Look, there's the wall where the entrances are right there. Look at these Dan Electro guitars right here. Try not to get carried away already looking at stuff. I'm supposed to be finding my dad and my brother and Allie, but I guess they've gone downstairs, so now I'm just looking for the escalator. Shoot. All right, so upstairs, as you can see, you got a lot of your major companies. You have Celestion. Here's Martin Guitars over here, or the back of Martin Guitars. The back side of Martin Guitars. Here's a couple of vintage guitars. Yeah, but you got a lot of your bigger names and companies that have a bit of money to splash around to showcase their products. Like you got Kala ukuleles over here. Look at this, Bon Bon. Ah, say Bon Bon Bon. Speaking of the big dogs, look at this. You got Marshall amplifiers over here. They have a massive display this year. I really want to check out. Someone said that's Kiki Wong up there doing a signing. So as you can see, some of the bigger guys are here on the main show floor, but down underneath and also back in some of the corners. That's where you find a lot of the weird knockoff companies, some of the overseas companies, and a lot of smaller companies and smaller manufacturers, custom guitars. That's where I'm trying to get right now. Look at over here, the Tagama. Someone is rocking out. Somebody is rocking out over here. Oh, they just stopped. Nope. Still rocking. Like I was saying, you can spot a lot of celebrities here. Usually they whoosh by, and the big ones have got security with them and stuff like that. But in years past, I've met people like Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day, Pat Smear from Nirvana and the Germs. Or maybe I should say, they met me. Oh, here they are. There's Allie. There's my dad. Hello, father. And there's my brother, Jurassic Seth. Right there. Ah, this is what I like. The basement. This is where I belong. The bargain basement. Yeah, see, this is the stuff we're looking for. You got some maple, spruce Canada right here. You got some beautiful wood to make guitars out of. Here's another pile of wood right here. So you've got different pieces of wood for your carved top guitars, for your violins, for all kinds of musical instruments. See there, that would be the top of an acoustic guitar right there. See how there's some sort of matching panels. And I can see my dad already found the biggest pile of wood of them all over here at California Luthier Supplies. A luthier would be sort of a master craftsman when it comes to stringed instruments, usually wooden stringed instruments. So my friend Luke is a luthier. He'll make violins, he'll make acoustic guitars, electric guitars, all that kind of stuff. Cellos. And here's all this beautiful wood right here. All kinds of different hardwoods and beautiful flame pieces of woods, all kinds of different grain patterns. Some people think it affects the tone. Others are looking for just more cosmetic stuff. But yeah, that is quite a lot of expensive, fancy tone wood right here. And apparently this company is in Anaheim. I don't mean in Anaheim right now for NAMM. I mean in our town. Here right across the aisle, look at this. We got Laurie Williams Guitars. It's a sort of custom guitar maker in New Zealand. This is what I'm talking about. See how the different types of wood will have a totally different look right there. So you can see that. You see this beautiful sort of striping going on right there. So when it comes to custom guitars, most of the time, the fancier the wood, the better. Although there's also the guys like these that will relic the guitars. They will make guitars specifically to look old and battered and beat up. That seems to be very, very popular these days. Sort of like buying jeans with the holes already ripped into them. Ah, here we go. See, there's some smaller manufacturers that are not junk, like Collings over here. Collings guitars have got quite a buzz going on with them. A smaller manufacturer. Look at these right here. Oh, my dad's taking a look. What do you see? Something nifty? Just don't touch it. No touching. It's like Spinal Tap. Don't even look at this one. Oh yeah, they've got some beautiful git fiddles over here. I'd love to touch them, but I don't have any assistance. Mostly in these booths, you'll see a lot of guys gathering, a lot of guys exchanging phone numbers, clapping each other on the back. I haven't seen you since the conference in Seattle, that kind of thing. A lot of industry deals going down. A lot of the purchasers and dealers are doing just that. They're purchasing, they're dealing. First time I ever came to NAMM was probably 2002, something like that. And back then, it was all leftover dudes from the 80s. All long-haired guys and fringe jackets and leather and stuff like that. Bandanas. Sadly, that's a vanishing generation now. Look at this wood right here. That's incredible. I don't even know what that is. That's gorgeous. Oh, I see. It says Ancient Cypress. Ancient Cypress. 50 grand. So not all Chinese junk in the basement. Some quality stuff down here. I mean, this is above my pay grade stuff. This is the one that's 50 grand. Look at the inlays on the neck even. Woo! Here's some Korean-made guitars. Gopher wood guitars are showing how they make them over there. What I've heard is the guitars manufactured in Korea are actually pretty darn decent. With China, you never know. China, you can have great stuff made in China, or you can have the sort of cheap, quick and easy stuff made in China. Probably like some of this stuff, although you never can tell. You can never judge a book by its cover. When it comes to musical instruments, you really got to grab them and play them. That's the only way you'll know. Look at all these weird musical instruments over here. Metal bowls and bells and all kinds of weird xylophone type stuff. Little flat drums over here. Selah, the soul of sound. Selah? Selah? Who knows? Do you need a gong? Yes, we've got you covered. Not only is my dad making guitars now, he just told me a story I never heard, that you had a ukulele with a stain or a finish on it, and you scraped it all off?
I'm 10 years old. I get a ukulele for a birthday or Christmas or something. And at some point, I decided to be a clever thing to kind of shave along the whole edges with a little pocket knife and shave off the stain, so you had kind of a white border. I thought it looked pretty nifty. My parents didn't appreciate that.
You got a whooping. So you were customizing your instruments at 10, though.
I got a barking at that, yeah.
Barking. Yeah. So you were a customizer from the beginning.
Indeed.
I like the weird and unusual, the rare, the obscure. I also like the old vintage and beat up. You're not going to find a lot of old vintage and beat up here. You'll find a lot of relic guitars, new guitars made to look old vintage and beat up. There is something very weird and creepy and cool down here in the basement, very creative, that I saw yesterday. Yes, I found it again. Here it is. It is the Tiki tube amps. These are tube amplifiers built into Tikis. Look at that. That is genius. I'm back.
What's up?
I couldn't help it. I had to bring everybody else with me because I was like, this is the craziest thing you've ever seen. What a fun one. I didn't even notice yesterday the speakers in the eyes. And look at this guy over here. This guy's got the knob on his face. He's got tubes sticking out. I mean, these are amazing. That's this poor guy in the very back corner selling tuning machines. So you can get everything. There you go. There's the tuning machines for your guitars. That's what they're called. Little tuning pegs. Where your string goes in. Look at that. These are beautiful. Here's a Chinese company called Shenzhen Cool Music. Cool Music. I love that. I love those kind of names. So speaking of weird and unusual, I saw this yesterday and this blew my mind. This is a self-strumming guitar, circle guitar. It's a rhythm machine. Look at this. The guitar is strumming itself. I do not even understand how that works. My brain cannot compute. See, look at this. It's almost like that little thing is like a little guitar pick. There are 2 of them on this wheel, and the wheel will rotate. You can add more. You can change like the rhythm and the pattern. It is a self-strumming guitar. That is freaky, weird, futuristic. I've never seen anything like that before. That is awesome. I cannot pronounce that right there. Dataratha. I can't pronounce it. Data what? Datarata? Okay, Datarata custom guitars. Look at these right here. These are all printed in like crazy different patterns, and you can see under there, it's like the paint's wearing off and there's paisley underneath. These have to be some of the coolest, weirdest, most awesome looking guitars. You want something unusual and different looking? Yeah. I really cannot pronounce that. She was trying to help me. That was difficult. But they're cool looking. We got a performance. We got a performance over here at Cool Music. Yeah. The voice of an angel. Voice of a generation. So cool. All right, look at this. I've never seen this before down in the basement. They set up these cubicles for private meetings. That is weird. Meeting space is at such a premium. All the hotels around here, the ballrooms, the conference rooms are all full up. And so they've constructed cubicle booths down here so people can conduct business in the mostly more quiet than upstairs basement. Okay, I think we're going back upstairs again. Look at this. Here's a smaller manufacturer. See some of the Chinese stuff. Some of your simple basic like $100 guitars, that kind of thing for music stores. But I've got everything from that to like some high-end kind of strange hand pans over here. See, they have everything from like your wood, like I showed you before, to your finishing products. So you can get all the neat lacquer finishes. I noticed my dad stopped right away. It's like, oh, I could look into some of that, some of these finishes. So like, there you go. You can see some violin tops right there sort of outlined on some of the wood next door. So you carve it out, and then you come over here, get your wood finish, you can finish the job. Looks like Martin Guitars is doing a little presentation down here. Everyone's sitting crisscross applesauce. We're headed back upstairs now into the main hall. Oh yeah, we're back. In a big way. Did you ever play an instrument when you were growing up?
I played the piano.
Oh, that's right. I heard you play some like Miyazaki things on piano before.
Yeah.
And I bought you a keyboard and you never use it. How could you, Allie? And a violin.
There's no room.
There's no room. There's no room in her schedule, she means. Hey, look at this guy dancing, dude. He's rocking out. He's enjoying whatever this is. Look at this performance over here. Everybody's stoked on this. I'm gonna walk right by. Speaking of piano, look at this Gaywa music booth. This guy is just rocking out on that piano over there. He does not give a hoot what anyone else is doing. This guy's rocking out. Jerry Lee. Ah, see, look at this. This is usually in another building where they have some pro audio stuff over here, some portable recorders, sound systems, microphones. So I mean, even DJs and hip-hop guys, everybody comes here because they have everything. And of course, the louder the instrument on display, the louder the booth. A lot of rock and rollers here of all ages, shapes, sizes, descriptions, colors, creeds. Look at that. Hashtag NAMM Show. Get a fun pick, guys. Whoa! What do we got here? Neil Peart's drum kit? What in the heck is this? Look at the size of that thing. Dang. Allie just looked at the Jinbao, sousaphones are the big ones you wrap around yourself. Tubas over here. And she went, oh, that's so pretty. We got all kinds of brass and woodwind instruments. We got some woodwinds over here, saxophones. I have no idea. Does anybody know what that is right there? I have no idea what that shepherd's crook thing is. We got some flutes, xylophones. Wow, what a cacophony. It's a cacophony. There are drummers everywhere. So we've definitely entered my brother's favorite section, that's for sure. Whoa. Man, and I thought working at Guitar Center was bad. Look at this guy. Yeah. Mando, rocking out. There are so many many drummers. Oh my gosh. So much sound. So much sound. Noise and chaos. My mom would hate this. What in the world? My dad just said, I want to know what time signature this is all in. Look at these harps over here. It's a very fancy music stand. What is that, a balalaika? All right, there is no way in the world I am even going to attempt to pronounce the name of this company right here. They've got all kinds of crazy little musical instruments. They look kind of like the thing you would have at an elementary school in your music class. Somebody's got to make star-shaped tambourines, right? Those are cool. A lot of musical toys almost. Dude, so many drums. Can't even hear that guitar player over there. He's like, oh, thank goodness I didn't practice. And no one can hear me. Here's the Hebei Kwai-Shan musical instrument company. They got some clarinets. Maybe I get one of those, huh? Kwai-Shan. Okay, look at this. They've got the whisper rooms right here. That's so you can take a musical instrument in there. Right now, I think there's a kid in there just kind of getting away from the sound. I always say they need some of these. They need booths like this at like other conventions like Comic Cons and Midsummer Screens, and put a little bed in there so you can take a nap. Just de-stimulate from conventions. You could charge, you know, $10 for 15 minutes or something like that. Someone's gonna take that idea from me. I know it. Well, I'll be the first customer, that's for sure. Look at this! What the heck? I know what those are right there, but what in the world is that? Speaking of what in the heck is this? Apparently, these things somehow make music. You squeeze them, and they make sounds. I wish I could play you the sound, but there is entirely too much noise in here. They got the wrong real estate. That is for sure. This setup is crazy. Look at this. Look at these crazy instruments right here. Obviously somebody's putting on one heck of a performance with this stuff. Oh, there we go. I can hear that one. Okay, that is cool. I need one of those. That is cool. It's almost like a theremin or something. I'd love to hear whatever it is they do right here. Look at these guys over here at the Hampback booth. They look like they're gonna fly away. They're just gonna Tommy Lee up into the sky on those things. They look like little flying saucers. Now here we go. Here you have some of your discount stuff upstairs. Triumph guitars, 90 bucks. $60 Triumph bass. That's amazing. You can't even fill up on gas for 60 bucks in California. Oh! Every year that I've been here, and I've been here many times, I've never managed to see this. Look at this. They got sick merch over here at the NAMM Show merch booth. Whoa, they got a whole forest of NAMM Show t-shirts. They've got jackets in here. Oh, look at this one. We got a little onesie right here. I'm with the band. All right, well, it's a little quieter over here. And I hear saxophones. The sweet sound of sax. Every time I hear a saxophone, I just think of Bleeding Gums Murphy. Yeah, steampunk saxophones, cannonball instruments. I thought that was Larry David over there playing saxophone, but I was wrong. Look at that little tiny saxophone. Dang. Okay, this is weird. This is a very tiny Guitar Center booth. There's a Linkin Park autographed child-sized Ibanez guitar over there, and a Gibson Gives Epiphone. I'm guessing, okay, yes, okay, that's what I was just about to say. I'm guessing this was some kind of fundraiser for the LA fires, because it said support Los Angeles musicians on the other side. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, look at this guy's a warrior. He doesn't play the clarinet. Hey, a bass clarinet. I played the bass clarinet in 8th grade with Mr. Krause, Steve Krause, Brookhurst Junior High. Wow, look how many instruments you can learn, and look at this. You can do some ear training. That's what I need because of all the hearing loss that I have. Dude, look at this. It is endless. Hall after hall stuffed full of booths, full full of musical instruments of every kind. Fancy ones, cheap ones, ugly ones, pretty ones, tough ones, sissy ones that climb on rocks. Ooh. And guys that rock. Look at that guy. He's still rocking that fringe. He is never going to let it go. And I applaud him for that. Holy shilky, would you look at these trombones? Got saxophone mouthpieces. These guys have a booth that says, make money renting school band instruments. Look at this. I don't have the embouchure for clarinet anymore. I think my clarinetting days are done. Come to NAMM to get better sax. Hey, there's an oboe. You can go full over the garden wall. See, Allie? The oboe over the garden wall. Elijah Wood would be stoked.
Listen, guys, we are not selling nearly as many oboes as we were supposed to. We were supposed to be here to unload these oboes, and nary a rocker has bought an oboe. What are we going to do? What is our strategy? Emergency meeting!
I don't know what's going on here. It's weird, but I like it. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Electric violin, dude. We're rocking out today. It'd be nice to win the lottery and just have all the things, you know? Just to have all the things to play with. Not to keep, just to play with for a while. Looks like we have some violin building supplies out here. Some stringed instruments, supplies. I have no idea what they're talking about. Allie's just walking around taking pictures of this. She's like, it's so pretty, look at that. Oh, pretty. And then look at this. I've never seen this at NAMM before. Look at that. Beat the Street band and crew busing. It's a big old Prevost tour bus right there. It's a fancy one though. Look at the side that pops out, RV style. Man, that is cool. Wow, those buses cost more than houses. Southern California houses. And then they've got a plethora of these booths throughout the show. They'll have different companies on them on the bottom in the small print, but they all say China. Yeah. China's very stoked on promoting their companies. I don't know why. They all have these little China. When I said China, the ladies at the booth got very excited. They're like, yeah, China. I would love to go to China. I don't know why. I just would. Uh-oh. I see fog back there, and I am hearing the I think we have entered DJ country. DJ country. Oh yeah, look at this. We got all kinds of microphones over here from where? China. I mean, Asian companies have dominated the sort of tech gear, like tech hardware sector for decades. I mean, you think about companies like Yamaha and Ibanez, but even more so like Sony, speaker companies, and that's definitely the case with a lot of music gear now. There's a lot of different Chinese and Korean music manufacturers, in addition to the Japanese music manufacturers like Roland or Boss or some of those companies. But a lot more. Look, there we go. Look at, see that? China! Whoa, Romanian music creators. Welcome to Rome. I've never heard of any Romanian music creators. I've always wanted to go to Romania super badly. I think if you guys are familiar with Romania at all, you'll know what it is I want to see there, but I want to go to Romania really, really, really badly. I don't know who's over here. Somebody's popular though. Look, it's even crowded around the back. Somebody's scratching up there. Yeah! Get it! Oh, look at my dad over there. Weird. This is about the area I saw Stevie Wonder in last year. I can see another DJ over there. Lots of DJ booths. Chuck Norris? See, somebody's getting ready to perform over here. A lot of cool lighting rigs, a lot of cool setups in there. Man, this whole area is crowded. They've got a lot of people performing back here, like at every booth. Look at that down over there. Sometimes they are like legit celebrities and rock stars and things. It's just, it's hard to get close enough to see who it is until usually it's over. See what I'm saying? We have DJ equipment all up and down this whole row. This is like DJ Alley over here. Don't worry, we're gonna see some cool rocking guitars in a while. I don't know who that is. Judging from the schedule, maybe marquees. I don't know what time it is. And I'm bad with military time. There's somebody performing. Oh, here's one we can get a little closer to. Look at that. Doing a little scratcheroo. Yeah. And then, oh my God. Look at this lighting over here. Got your club lighting. Oh, there's some atmospherics over here. So you got some flames and fog machines and all that stuff. But dude, some of these lighting rigs. Man, flashing light alert. Look away now. Whoa! Ah, even in person that was bad. Dude, look at that. See, that's what we need, Allie. We tried to do this. Allie built one out of a foam cooler from the grocery store. It did not really work that well. We need one of these professional ones. Look at that. This is what Not Scary Farm needs too. They need the ground fog. That is so freaking sick. Antari fog machine. I gotta get one. Look at the blacklight paintings in the back. All right, that is cool. Oh yeah, look at these paints back here. Dark effects, luminescent paint. And look at this. That is so cool. So there's some dynamic black lights over here. You can see them changing like intensity. And look at some of these flame fog. I don't know what you call it. Flame fog? Flamethrowers, fog throwers. Pretty cool. So weird because you have everything from luchador DJs to guys rocking out on the electric guitar. It's like choose your own adventure over here. Weird. I'm totally bumming everybody out and distracting everybody because they keep going to all these sort of atmospherics booth over here. You got Froggy's Fog. There's so many cool like fog and haze effects out here. Awesome. Whoa, look at this. Some stuff from China. Whoa, 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 whoa. I gotta go back to Froggy's Fog because look at this. They've got scented fogs over here. So you can make your fog smell like pipe tobacco. It'll keep you from smoking. But you, oh look, hell! They're out of stock. Darn it! I wanted my house to smell like hell.
It's awful.
Oh, urine! Perfect. All right, we came out of the main hall mostly for a little break for the ears, and I just noticed a couple of things over here. Look at these little displays in the lobby. Eternal Research. I have no idea what that is or what it's for, but I know Bill Cipher would approve. And then look at this. Lutefish. All I can think of is Bobby Hill and the Lutefisk. It wasn't me. It was the man with the terrible smell. Anyway, now we're going to the far end and we're going to go up that escalator there in the distance. We're going to go upstairs where usually they have the pro audio stuff and a lot more stuff upstairs as well. It's weird though, because I saw a lot of pro audio and DJ stuff back here on the main floor. It's definitely, the industry's definitely changing. A lot less guitar amps, a lot more digital toys. All right, we're going up the escalator to heaven. Making our way through the upstairs hallway to, I think it's the North Hall is the name of it, the name of this building up here. This is where they have a lot more pro audio stuff. So weird, I was just up in the North Hall during D23. This is where they had the merch store where I bought that huge Star Speeder 3000. Huge Star Wars Star Speeder, the original Star Tours one. I normally don't do sort of like unboxings or reviews ever, but I did for that because that thing was so freaking cool. It actually plays the original ride in the toy. Wow, now there's something I haven't seen for a long time, an actual mixing console. I'm not sure if this is for studio or for live or for both. I haven't seen a physical mixing console in a long time. Nowadays, you just need like kind of one fader you can plug in by USB. You need your laptop. Everything has gotten so small now. Yeah, see, there you go. For live performances, though, you still need all those faders. You never think about the guy that has to come here and buy speakers for a venue, a coffee shop. Somebody's got to make that decision, you know? Someone's got to figure that all out. Jeez, look at that. Now with all the lights on them and stuff, this looks like something out of Star Trek. So cool. So many microphones now. For some reason, I'm always getting ads for them too, like on Instagram and stuff like that. These ones are from Beijing 797 Audio Company Limited. It's a lot of words to put on your business card.
From Beijing 797 Audio Company Limited.
I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the more sterile, boring section of NAMM. If you're just sort of like me and you just want to see something weird and unusual and outlandish, and you're not really, you know, looking for the next wave of technology and microphones for live performances or wireless sound systems, but they wanted to see the whole convention. They got started way before we got here. It took forever to park across the street. So we're just doing a little tour with them. I think they're going to take off soon. Then we'll go check out some guitars. There's a lot of stuff hiding in every nook and cranny of these buildings. And of course, the main sort of arena over there, the thing that looks like a giant mid-century football when you're behind DCA or Disneyland, which is right over there. They've got big performances and concerts there. They got big performances and concerts outside on those outside stages I was showing you. And then there are meeting rooms, there are conferences, there are seminars. I think my dad's gonna go to some of those tomorrow about small builders, guitar builders and stuff. It's pretty overwhelming. Back in the punk rock band days, most of my friends would always come to NAMM because they all thought that if they went to the, you know, to the Marshall booth or whatever, it's like, we're gonna get sponsored. This is how we're gonna get discovered. I don't think anyone's ever been discovered at NAMM. I could be wrong. It never happened to any of my friends. All right, my dad and my brother left, so now we're just cruising around, making our way towards some of the guitar booths and the custom guitars. So there's several rooms upstairs on sort of the second level. As you can see right here, you got PV. That's crazy, PV's here, Roland and Boss. I'm gonna go check out that Roland booth in a second, because one of the heads of worldwide marketing is a friend of mine. But also on level 3, you can see some other big name companies. You got Charvel, Gretsch, Jackson, Fender, all upstairs, but that is for dealers only. So even a lot of NAMM members can't get in there today, at least dealers only. There may be a public day, but some of the fancy rooms, nope. That was my favorite thing about coming years ago. You'd come up and go check out the Gibson room, which there isn't even a Gibson room this year. You'd come out and check out the Fender room. They would have the biggest spread of all the guitars and check out all the new stuff. Everything from the cheap stuff that I could afford to the really fancy, like custom shop stuff. This is actually where I met Billy Joe Armstrong up here. Some of the bigger musicians, because they'd be walking around in those booths, checking out their own or promoting their own signature series or their own custom models and that kind of stuff. They do signings. That doesn't happen so often anymore because this convention has gotten huge. I mean, you can imagine if a big rock star was walking through here without security, hurrying, it would be a mob scene. And especially since the introduction of social media, oh, it's really crazy now. All the selfies and stuff like this. I guess it's just a little piano display in the hallway. I don't know where Boss is, like the pedals, like the tuning pedals and stuff. Oh, I see now. They're in sort of the side rooms. I was just thinking about D23 about 10 years ago. Leonard Maltin was up here sitting on a couch. I ended up talking to him for like 30 minutes, sitting down next to him as no one else was talking to him. Leonard Maltin. Oh, hey, Jeff Skunk Baxter is here. So you got PDP drums up here. Tons of these little private rooms, some of which are free and fine for even guests like us to enter, but as you can see, they all have little performances. There's a whole schedule up there on that screen. And so they are packed with people waiting for their next favorite artist to come and do demonstrations up here. You see lots of old rockers milling around, people taking selfies up here. That's awesome. Here, Roland is actually sharing space with PDP and PW drums. Here's all the Boss pedals. Yes! Look at that. Those are things of beauty. I want every flavor. Beautiful. All right, this is weird. You've heard of a player piano. Apparently, this company has invented a player trumpet. A trumpet that plays itself. Look at that. You got that thing hooked up to the trumpet, and it's actually playing out of there. This is all automated. Everything you're hearing right now. Weird. A lot of pianos up here. Listen, pianos, gorgeous instrument. The one instrument I wish I could play that I'm not good at all. But let's face it, at a convention, pianos are boring. I don't mean they're boring. I said they're beautiful. I like listening to them. They're a great instrument to play. Just, you know, not visually stunning. Ali goes, yeah, but it's nice in there. It was calm. That's a better word. Instead of saying boring for now, I'm going to go, oh, this is very calm. Look how calm. See what I mean? Need I say more? Okay, just when I said there was no Gibson room, and they were actually supposed to make a return this year. In fact, Gibson even posted about some custom finishes they were doing that were some like 50th anniversary of NAMM finishes or something like that. And then they didn't end up showing up, but look at this. They put this massive neon sign. Look how huge it is. And this huge guitar, look at the size of that colossal guitar. It's gargantuan. Right here, and it's all made up of guitar pieces. Look at these. The body is full of Gibson guitar bodies. The bridge is full of Gibson bridges. The humbucker is full of humbuckers. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. And look at all the headstocks up there in the headstock. That's pretty cool. Wish they were actually here, though. Wish they had a room full of Gibson. Gibson is definitely the guitar I'm the most enamored with. Yeah, people ask me all the time, Fender or Gibson? 100% Gibson. Not that I mind a good Fender. Like if I was a multi-millionaire instead of a probably 2000-aire or something like that, that's what I would definitely buy. Those are the guitars I would buy. Vintage ones, preferably. But still, I'll take anything. Anything Gibson. All right, that is crazy that PV is here. One of my first amps was a PV amp. And they're making them again. That is so crazy. The PV guitar is back. PV amps are back. I mean, maybe they never went away after the 80s and sort of early 90s Use Your Illusion era of things. They just haven't had a presence that I've seen in a long time. PV's back! I don't know why. Just when I was a kid, the PV logo I always thought was cool, and the modern version of it, I still think it's kind of cool. Yeah! Oh my gosh, it suddenly got very quiet in here. I never thought I would be being quiet in a PV booth like I would in a church. It got so quiet. Okay, just when I thought that was it from Gibson, look at this up in the hallway. They have created the Gibson throne, the Iron Throne of Gibson guitar parts. I hope they didn't purpose build all those necks just for this throne. I hope those were like the reject necks or something like that. And look at this, even your footstool is made up of Gibson guitar bodies. Oh, it's heartbreaking in one way, but that's also one heck of a chair. Ah, what the heck, it's a music convention, it's rock and roll. It's one hell of a chair. Yeah, I said it. I'm a rebel today. Do you like this look? Should I always vlog like this? What is up, you guys? Smash the like! Alright, I already have the convention overwhelm. I guess there's a reason NAMM is multiple days. So we're gonna go down and look at the guitars before I completely fade. The escalator's closed. I noticed the other escalator was packed. Huge line over there. So I think if we go this way, I spy with my little eye a little sign right there. If we're lucky. Oh yeah. Elevator time.
Oh God. We didn't have fun with that. Money.
Right when I turn the camera off in the elevator, this guy goes, "Oh, is it me? Or are you getting a sinking feeling?" Ah, that was so good. I can't believe I didn't think of that first. All right, going back in the main floor. Get pumped up. This time we're going to the left down here where all them sexy guitars are hiding. All right, here's some Tom Anderson Guitar Works. Got a lot of smaller builders, a lot of boutique guitar makers. Check out those inlays right there, a little Triforce action. Some really cool finishes and stuff. There's a lot of custom guitars here. I'm making my way towards that area, but first, I forgot about that huge Marshall booth back there. Oh, look at that JCM 800 right there. I do not own one of those. I'd like to. Oh, that is awesome. They're going to do a JCM 800 reissue. You can see all the plexi heads. There's the Mark II up here. Really want to get one of those. One of my friends highly recommended that to me. There hasn't been a lot of budget for musical instruments and things the last few years. For a long time, it felt like nobody was really making half stacks anymore, and 50 and 100 watt heads. They were so hard to find, like in Guitar Center and stuff. But now it seems like Marshall's finally reissuing some of their classic amps and creating amps more in that vein, right? Because for years, nobody wanted the modern Marshalls. They didn't want the solid state stuff. They just wanted to find old vintage tube heads. And now they are cranking out new tube heads and bringing back the JCM 800, which is essentially, I think everybody from my generation's dream amp, right? To have that Marshall half stack, the JCM 800 tube amplifier. The reason I always loved the JCM 800, it always had that Sex Pistols sound to me, and look at this. Holy cow. Well, that's kind of cool too, but look at that. There's a freaking Sex Pistols JCM 800 full stack out here. The Sex Pistols have recently kind of got back together. Most of the original band, minus Johnny Rotten. They're going to be on tour with Guns N' Roses this year. I do not have any tickets. I would have loved to have seen them, but I don't know if I want to buy Guns N' Roses tickets just to see the Sex Pistols. Although I wouldn't mind seeing Guns N' Roses as long as they don't sound like some of those TikToks I've been seeing, you know what I mean? Wow, that is cool, dude. Why do I kind of want that. Dang, that's awesome. Look at the size of that setup right there. Man, I guess they're working with a ton of custom colors now. That's amazing. I think though, honestly, if I buy a JCM 800 ever, it's gonna have to be classic black. Although somebody gave me one of the Sex Pistols amps, it's not like I'd turn it down. Let's put it that way. Who would? There we go. That's what I've been looking for. You see that sign up there? Boutique Guitar Showcase. So behind this curtain on the other side, which ironically on the outside, you also have some custom guitar builders. That's where a lot of the showcase, well, boutique guitars are. The custom made stuff that's really weird and unusual. Look at this even on the outside before we even get there. Holy cow. These are Matsuda guitars. Wow. Michihiro Matsuda. Dang, these are some very cool, weird, unusual guitars. My dad's always saying, like, it's weird how guitars usually only come in 4 or 5 different shapes that seem to be the best sellers. People don't do a lot of different creative stuff. But that is where NAMM will blow most people away because there are so many strange, unusual, custom-made guitars of all kinds. And that's whether you're talking about materials or the electronics. I mean, look at this pickup right there. I've never seen a pickup that looks like that. There are keys in this guitar and buttons, a lot of resin on that bad boy. Even some of the amps, look at that thing. And then this looks like an alien from Doctor Who over here. That is one wild look. It looks like the guitar has guts and organs. That is so cool. I mean, some really cool, strange looking stuff. There's the maker, the builder right there. That is awesome. And so behind this curtain is a whole other showcase of a bunch more kind of art guitars like this. Got the Seymour Duncan booth over here. They're doing some signings. I saw a big picture of Billy Gibbons on the wall. I got all excited. That is not Billy Gibbons though. I don't know who that is. Probably a great musician. But he's no Billy Gibbons, I know that. All right, here we go. Here it is, the Boutique Guitar Showcase. These are all working guitars. If you're lucky enough for the, the builder to be here, sometimes they'll let you play them. Look at how weird, I mean, I don't think that's a working guitar. I think that's just a piece of art right there. This thing, however, looks like it would actually work. I have never seen anything quite like that. Look at it from the other side. It's all hollowed out. That is bizarre. This is bizarre too. This looks like it might actually plug in. There are strings and a fretboard on this, 2 strings. Hold on, cut this out. What in the world? And that's just the entrance. There's a whole lot more. Look at this, you got a bunch of the custom guitar makers and some of their representatives out here. Just waiting to talk to somebody. This thing's built here by OJ Guitars. I thought OJ died. Oh, look at metal fretboard. That is crazy. It's probably an aluminum neck right there. That is so bizarre. That is gorgeous looking. Made in Germany. I see one of them sold right there. Look at the back of it snaps off. You can snap that on and get some extra girth for you. Oh yeah, that's aluminum. That is so lightweight. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you can unscrew the dotted line. Wow, so the neck is hollow aluminum and the bodies are hollow aluminum. So not only is it aluminum, which is lightweight anyway, but it's also hollow inside. That is cool. It's a perfect guitar if you have back problems, I'll tell you that much right now. So you built these?
Yes.
So that's your name on the headstock there. That's awesome. How do you pronounce that?
Fisa.
What is it?
Fisa.
Fisa. Okay, so Fisa guitars from Germany. That's so metal. All right, check out this wall. This is the Dingwall. Because we got Dingwall guitars from Canada. And look at these basses over here. Got some 5-string basses. These are pretty cool. Like, a lot of them are very futuristic looking. Like over here, some of the Dingwalls on this Dingwall over here. They're all basses, as far as I can see. You got some Garda guitars from Italy over here. We were checking these out last year. They got some new models. I love these rotating stands. Oh, another bass. Perfect. These are the kind of thing that even if you don't play guitar, you can just appreciate the craftsmanship and sort of the creativity that goes into a lot of these custom Boutique guitars is a better way of saying it than custom makers. Here's some purple guitars. I have a feeling Prince would have really liked this one. Look at that. Some of the woodwork and the finishes on these are absolutely incredible. A lot of creative headstock shapes. They've got everything from the sort of very simple and very sort of understated to the absolutely off-the-chain, out-of-control stuff over here. Look at these. I mean, look at this Warrior right there inlaid onto that guitar. That is wild. Look at this lady over here. These are beautiful. I mean, they're just pieces of art. They have for sale if you want them. A lot of them actually have sold tags on them. I mean, everybody wants to stand out, right? Everybody wants to be a little bit different. And these guitars definitely stand out, that's for sure. I'm afraid to ask how much they cost. Oh, look at that one right there. Looks like a totem pole or a sort of First Nations artwork on there, some Native American artwork. Kind of looks Alaskan to me, maybe. I don't even know how to describe that. Look at that thing right there. Look at that the stand. The stand is almost as mind-blowing as the guitar, which has got a freaking Kraken on it. Yes! Release the Kraken! Look at that thing, and look at that. He is fudging up those Vikings. Look at that Kraken. Look at that, so cool. Alejandro Ramirez. Oh, that's you! You built this. Look at that Kraken, dude. That is amazing. That is a piece of art right there. I appreciate that Kraken. Thank you, dude. That is awesome. That's my favorite one. Look at these. These are freaky over here. These ones almost look like they have ribs in them. Those are holes in the wood. So I mean, that's a lot of work at Craftsmanship. And even if you have computers CNCing this stuff and carving it out, as I've learned, or copy carving jigs or anything like that, there's still so much finishing work and so much setup work that goes into even your most basic guitar from a kit, like some of the kits we saw downstairs. Even my tiki masks, like when I have them copied, the rough copies still take me hours and hours to finish them. So a guitar is something much more precise. I cannot even tell you how much work it takes to build something like that. That's incredible. Look at that. Look at the headstock on that guy right there. Look how thin. Almost like a dagger or a knife. That one has no headstock at all. I mean, how cool is that? Okay, these guitars don't belong here. You know where they belong? These belong in Pee-wee's Playhouse. Look at the colors on that. You got the Jackson Pollock sort of pattern. Ooh, I really like the yellow and black one over there. That's pretty cool. I mean, gosh, look at that. I don't even understand what I'm looking at, but I like it. I don't hate it. And look at some of these over here. Absolutely gorgeous work. Look at all of that. That's incredible. The guitar made out of a grating, some resonator over there. Dang, those are incredible. James, what is that, Trussart? Trussart? I don't know. Really cool. Oh yeah, man, some of these, you can really get your funk on. That is so cool. And most of these are one-off pieces. They're like boutique pieces, custom pieces. These are made by McSwain Guitars. Very popular booth. I've had trouble getting close to these. These are really gorgeous over here. Over here, here's some more of those funky guitars by Jamie Gale. So now I have the name of the creator. Look how freaking weird that is. So strange. Yeah, but these will be one-off pieces or very rare, manufactured in very tiny, tiny quantities. And over here, there's some very interesting production guitars. You can see Tagema over there having some kind of live performance. Packed over there. I think they're a Brazilian company. They make good guitars. Check this out. Hey, they are cooking. Cooking! See, when we went in the boutique guitar showcase, we have plenty of elbow room, and things can change very rapidly at NAMM. And look at over here. I don't even know what this company's called. These are great. These are some production guitars over here. Got a lot of artists over here. I cannot, what does that say? Sir Guitars? S-U-H-R? I don't know, but these are pretty cool. I never heard of these before. But what I really wanted to show you was next door. Check this out. I saw this yesterday, and I could not believe what a cool idea this was, number one. And number two, I could not believe that no one had done this before. It is a color-changing guitar. Somebody has invented some kind of LCD or LED screen. Look at that. I have no idea what that's made out of. It almost looks like the Amazon Kindle, like the liquid paper display, except for in color. And look, they change, and I presume, or I assume, that you can customize what they look like. Look at that right there. That is so cool, so bizarre, so weird. Yeah, if you want something different, there are a lot of makers out here coming up with things that are definitely different. That is cool. These are production guitars. You can buy these from Cream. Is Eric Clapton involved? I've seen that company here before, but I've never seen that. I've never seen the changing face guitar, the color changing guitar. What a cool idea. They make lots of really cool custom stuff. As you can see, lots of different wacky, crazy custom finishes. Look at the hearts on that bad boy. Their booth is absolutely massive. See, look at this. They got some custom body styles over here, some different body styles. Not your traditional Stratocaster or Telecaster, that's for sure. Lightning F-holes in there. Some cool, like, kind of edgy, meaning pointy guitars. So we've seen Marshall, we've seen some custom makers, and now look at this, more stuff from China. And here are the kits I was talking about. I realized I didn't show them to you today. I was looking at them yesterday. Got some build your own guitar kits. I purchased a couple of inexpensive kits in the past for my dad to kind of fiddle with when he was getting back into guitar making. I said, oh, I just want you to build these for me in London. And my diabolical plan totally worked, because he built me a kit guitar, actually just like the one we were looking at that had the paper in front of it. Just like that, just like a Les Paul double cutaway junior. And as cool as all these custom guitars, I gotta say, that is my dream guitar, is just getting a vintage Les Paul Junior. It doesn't even have to be vintage, it can be modern. Les Paul Jr. double cutaway, a white one, one single P90 pickup in it. That's all I want. I appreciate all the wacky looking guitars, but I also appreciate simplicity, you know? Again, like I was saying, when it comes to the Chinese guitars over here, you can never tell, because they could be very good. Oh, look at this, they got some custom necks here. So you can basically order them with these big headstocks on them, and then cut out the headstocks to meet your custom specifications. So basically what you're doing, you buy one of these guitars over here, you can have the neck or the headstock, which is this part of the guitar right here if you didn't know, cut out to your own custom shape. They'll put your custom name on it, and they'll basically vanity label manufacture you your own guitar for your own music store, your own kind of line of guitars. But what I was gonna say is, with the Chinese guitars, you can never tell. Some of them are actually really good, and some of them are absolute trash. Like we saw guitars on the other side of the floor for sale for like 60 bucks. You do not want to buy a $60 guitar. You get what you pay for. But take Fender, right? Fender's got their American-made stuff, their Mexican-made stuff, and then they've got stuff that's made in China, like some of the Squires and stuff. Actually, I don't know where they're making Squires now, but let's just say for the sake of argument, they're made in China. Well, Squires are usually garbage. They're usually sort of a beginner guitar, and after you're done being a beginner, you never play one again. And yet, there's a handful of those Squire guitars. I've got friends who swear their favorite guitar in their collection will be just a simple Squire Strat, like the cheap beginner guitar, because they found a good one where it was a good piece of wood, good neck. They pop some better hardware on it usually. Look at this one, it's like all foil. What a cool finish on that guitar. And that'll be their favorite guitar ever. So, you know, where you can buy a $5,000 Gibson Les Paul and maybe you don't really like that one. So it's all a matter of player preference. Definitely worth giving some of the smaller manufacturers a try, because you just never know. These are some pretty elaborate guitars for a random off-brand company. And look at this relict finish right there. I prefer to own an actual vintage guitar that's actually seen some road wear, but I can appreciate the artistry that even goes into doing these, right? You would think that's easy to make a guitar look like that. It's not as easy as it looks. I do it with some of the tiki masks that I work on, right? Like aging them, giving them the right patina, giving them the right look. And sometimes it is a lot more difficult than you think it is to get it right, to make it look, oh, see, some of these are sold out. Let's get some inexpensive instruments here. What does this say? Vines Music. I cannot read that logo either. Smiger. I think it's Smiger guitar. And then look, some more stuff from China. I don't know why I get excited every time I see those. Look at these little guitars. Look at how small that one is. It's teeny tiny. These are cool. Look at this. No headstock. Little travel guitars. I wonder if these fold up. I've seen some just like this that actually fold up. You can take them in your suitcase with you. I need to get something like that, a little travel guitar. I mean, look at this. That's a regular size Stratocaster knockoff. Look at this tiny, look at this like itty bitty Marty McFly guitar right there. I love that. I look at Allie's wandering around. She loves all the instruments. She doesn't play any instruments, but she likes to look. I'm really annoyed, though, looking around here, that music stores have basically become a thing of the past. Guitar Center's still hanging in there, but like Sam Ash went out of business this year. Basically the year after I met Ben Ash, one of the sons involved in the family-owned Sam Ash. Unfortunately, they went out of business. A lot of different music stores have closed their physical locations, which is a total bummer because, like I was saying, you really have to pick up and try an instrument. It's not the same thing buying it online. Reverb.com is cool, Musician's Friend, all that stuff is great for most gear, but when it comes to actual wooden instruments, you really have to play it. So like here, almost every booth I've gone into, like, hey, anything you want to pick up, you want to try, you want to play it? It's like, I do, but there's so much here, it's too much. Like, I want to like check out the brands, and I want to go to a music store and I want to try them all out. There are no music stores to try them out, and it's a Guitar Center, and Guitar Center doesn't carry Solo King or whatever, you know what I mean? So like all these guitars look really neat, right? All these Sire guitars, they have so many different models. Well, this guy's playing sounds gorgeous. I'd love to check one of these out, but I don't know that any store near me is going to carry them. So we definitely need more physical retail stores for sure. Oh my gosh, look at this. Electro Hawaiian lap steel guitars. Not only do they have some very cool lap steel guitars over here, make that classic Hawaiian sound, but check this out. They have a tiki lap steel guitar. Perfect for my friend Spike from the Hula Girls. Spike, get over here, run! And then I don't know whose little space this is, but would you look at the size of that guitar? Yes! Now there's one I want to play. I want to rock out the free world with this bad boy. Oh yeah, look at the strings on that sucker. Celebrate China! I keep having to say China because I cannot pronounce most of these names. Yeah, but you got every kind of thing in here. Oh, look at this. There's some more kits back here. Some more wood from the Qingdao YL Music Instrument Company Limited. I get confused with the names, but look at that. I pick up a catalog over here. Oh, they have gorgeous wood. Yes. Oh, yeah. Some beautiful wood, some body kits right there. And then here you can see some blank necks, so you could actually build and customize your own neck. It's your own custom sort of headstock. And then there's all these pre-made fretboards with different inlays on them. So that's not what my dad's doing. My dad's doing everything like from scratch. And I guess I can't do it today, but I gotta show you. My dad built a couple guitars so far. He hasn't really gotten full-blown started. He's doing a lot of experiments and stuff like that, but eventually he's going to be building some custom guitars. So if any of you guitar collectors and players out there are interested, I'll let you know when he's actually building them. So many guitar companies now. What's crazy is it doesn't seem like guitar music is all that popular anymore, right? Sometimes it feels like, oh no, it's dying out. Rock and roll can never die. But then you come here, and there are guitars absolutely everywhere. Everything from like stand makers to instrument makers, custom amp makers. Look at this, Invaders amplification. Man, so cool. I mean, it's definitely not a poor man's hobby, that's for sure. Ironically, you know, me and everybody else I knew on the touring circuit back in the day, we were all flat and broke. We're all living in our vans and touring around, playing for beer and that kind of thing. We had no money whatsoever, and we were signed and touring and everything. No money to go around. You know, got like 12 guys living in one house, that kind of thing, just trying to survive till the next album or the next tour. I don't know what's going on over here at Third Man Hardware, but boy, is it busy. Oh, and then look at this. This is a local company in Orange County, I believe. If not Orange County, then South LA County, very nearby. Lace Pickups. Well, Lace Music Products, but they make pickups primarily, Lace Pickups. I never had any Lace Pickups, but everyone's always telling me to get some. And if I'm not mistaken, look at, they got their Tiki Lounge guitars over here. Lace purchased the swordfish sign from on top of Don the Beachcomber, aka Sam Seafood. So any of you tiki heads out there, if you know what I'm talking about, I believe they actually preserved the big original neon swordfish, and they've got him behind one of their buildings. I don't want to say any more than that, just in case I'm not supposed to. I think it's lace. I'm pretty sure. Someone bought it. It survived. It's still around. All right, well, as you can see, there's just so much. I mean, every 5 feet is another absolutely insane laboratory for custom, weird, freaky guitars. There are tons of booths that are doing giveaways and raffles, and like I showed you, having performances. Oh, look at this. This is the best thing of all. Finally got a little breathing room. Yes! One thing I've never done, but this is really making me want to do, is I want to go to a vintage guitar show. So I'm really into vintage guitars. The weirder, the more old, scratched, and beat up, the better. So personally, I love Gibson guitars over Fender, like I was saying, but I still enjoy playing Fenders and the G&Ls and stuff like that. That's just like a preference, mostly for neck scale, right? Every neck is a little bit different. But my other love is finding like old weird silver tone guitars, or just anything old and beat up and scratched with paints all messed up. I really love 1970s into the early 80s era Ibanez stuff, especially the stuff they got sued over that is basically a carbon copy of like the Gibson stuff, but also the Ibanez Artist series. If you're into guitars, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, anything funky, anything old and beat up and broken and weird, I love getting my hands on that stuff. And then I can take it to my friend Luke at Whittlesticks, and he can fix it up for me right there in Cedar City, Utah. So if you have an old guitar or cello or violin, any kind of old stringed instrument that you have sentimental attachment to, or maybe it's a family heirloom, or it was your first guitar, or it's just one that's just never quite been right, hit up my friend Luke, dude, Whittlesticks. He also has a lot of YouTube videos where he repairs guitars and violins and stuff, and they are mesmerizing. They're like the perfect thing to fall asleep to, and I don't mean that they're boring, they're just so mellow and chill. Sort of the opposite of my videos. You watch my videos to get pumped up. You watch Luke's videos to calm down. Anyway, there you go. That was today's experience. Look at this competing performances over here. I mean, it's crazy. Look, I don't know whether to listen to these guys in their box, or whether to listen to this guy over here rocking out. I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm getting overwhelmed. There you go. That was today's experience at NAMM, the National Association of Music Merchants show, the NAMM Show. Whew, and it's about NAMM time. We get out of here. Oh my gosh, so much quieter out here. I can hear myself think. Uh-oh. I don't like my thoughts. Feel better now? It's nice and quiet and peaceful.
Yeah.
Allie's a peace and quiet loving person.
Yeah.
So why does she like me? Because actually at home I'm very quiet, right?
Yep.
Nobody believes me.
You're pretty quiet.
I'm pretty quiet at home. It's everywhere else. I get excited. Once I get out of home, I'm like a dog. You pull the leash out of the drawer, and then I start wagging my tail, and then I get excited. Now I'm excited to go home and sleep well. Thanks for watching, everybody. I went way overboard, and this adventure is way longer than I meant it to be. I thought it'd just be this quick little trip into NAMM, but as you saw, once you get in, it's like there's no getting out. There's so much stuff in there. I just wanted to pick up everything and play with it. I wanted to buy everything and take it home. Unfortunately, I have, let's see how many dollars I've got. None dollars on me, so maybe that's for the best today. Maybe that's for the best. The JCM 800 is coming back, though. My dream amp. In all serious, you know what to do. You can hit the like if you want. You can subscribe if you want. I prefer that you do. It's a free show. You don't charge anything for liking and subscribing and watching. I'm glad you did. I really appreciate it. And there are links down below in the description for my book, for hats, for all kinds of stuff like that. You know the drill. I will not bore you with it anymore. We've done our duty. And so have you. You can go home and sleep well. See you next time. Why is the post office here? I mean, does the post office have a band? They starting a band? Starting a label? Nothing says rock and roll like the U.S. Postal Service. Ah, my eyes. And this was perfect timing because look at, it's my friend Luke from Whittlesticks. How are you, Luke?
Good.
And what is Whittlesticks' website again? It's just whittlesticks.com or something?
Whittlesticksinc.com.
Just look for Whittlesticks. You will find it.
Someone beat me to Whittlesticks.
Ah, okay. Well, just Google Whittlesticks. Look for Luke. He does YouTube videos also repairing and putting together guitars and violins and cellos and all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. It's perfect if you want to chill. You do some very chill videos. You watch my videos to get excited. You watch Luke's videos to chill out and get musical. I just want to go full NAMM right now.